So, as I said in the previous video, that we had Halloween just apparently came early. Like, Halloween movie news just apparently came early because we got some spooky stuff left and right, and this came out of nowhere. Like, I was just like, okay, I can just talk about Dead by Daylight movie announcement, the trailer for Haunted Mansion, you know, all of that good stuff, and then we got this announcement out of the fuck nowhere, and I was like, well, talking about this. So yes, as I said before, we have our new Hellboy. We have our third incarnate. We have our Hellboy has been cast again, and the actor who is going to play Hellboy, Jack Kesey. If that name doesn't sound familiar, don't. I'm not gonna fault you for it, because even I was like, to quote to quote Daimon Hansu in Guardians of the Galaxy, who? That was my reaction. Apparently, the guy has had experience as a stunt actor and a few other things, from my understanding. But his big claim to fame, most of you guys would know best, is that he played Black Tom Cassidy in Deadpool 2. Yeah, he played Black Tom in that film. So that's really all. And also, is it just me? And I'm gonna say this to every Raiders fan out there: is it just me, or does he look like Derek Carr? Like, he legit looks like Derek, like, in the face. Like, if they ever do, like, a Derek Carr biopic, get him. Oh, God, that was stupid. Anyway, that was a stupid joke. Anyway, so yes, we have our Hellboy, and we got a little more on the plot for Hellboy the Crooked Man. So, or at least I just finally found, like, I just decided to look, like, I just finally found, like, what the plot is going to be, because everyone else was all the other sites were being, like, all up in the air about it. So, this film, it's also interesting to note that this film is being really fast-tracked, because last month, not even, like, a few weeks ago, I talked about, you know, my thoughts on Hellboy the Crooked Man, and now we have our official cast for Hellboy. Like, we have Hellboy already cast for this film, and I think Jason Voorhees 2011 told me that that they basically fast-tracked this movie, which is kind of like could either be a good or bad thing. Like, that's kind of something, is that it could literally be like a good or bad thing, that they're fast-tracking production. Now, this says one of two things. Either they're just trying to do this as to keep the rights, and it also shows that this is going to be more of a low-budget film, which low-budget horror film can work, and I'm always striving for superhero horror, because I want superhero films to be different. I want them to always change and be different. And if you're going to do superhero horror, Hellboy's always been at the forefront of that. And, like I said, Mike Mignola being directly involved in this project, as opposed to the other films, is giving it a little more hope. This film also is going to be, like I've said before, it's going to be more of a folk horror kind of story. And in here, Hellboy this is going to be 1950s Hellboy. So this is him still, like, young in the BPRD. This is a younger Hellboy. This is a Hellboy. If you haven't read the Hellboy 1950s comics, they're very more Hellboy is still green, but he's learning the ropes, and he's also he's also still learning from his father, Professor Broom. He's learning a lot. He hasn't really and that version of Hellboy, the 1950s Hellboy, is he's more like gung-ho. Not to say he wasn't before, but he's very more like, I'm gonna shoot questions and ask questions never, as opposed to, I'm gonna shoot questions first and shoot first, ask questions later. Fucking A, I get tongue-tied. Anyway. So that's really cool. I do like that this is gonna be more like a folk horror kind of story. It also tells me this is probably not going to be a long movie either. It's not going to be like some world-ending kind of story. It's just going to be Hellboy going on an adventure, which I really enjoy. I really enjoy the idea of, like, superhero movies doing more of, oh, it's all like end of the world and we got to stop the MacGuffin and all that. I want more stories of it's just this character and we're going on an adventure with him. The Batman was kind of like that for a lot of the film, where it's just we're in the day of the life of Batman. We are in, like, this isn't an origin story. And this is just Batman, like, on a case. That's what it is. So I kind of like that this is going to be taking that kind of, like, it's just Hellboy on a mission. It's not some world-ending story. It's just, hey, shit's weird, go check it out. So I like that. Now cycling back to the actor, I have no clue, but hey, everyone's got to get their start, right? So maybe this is him. This is maybe Kesey's, like, big break role, and it also again shows that this is going to be a low budget film. This is going to be like I imagine it's going to be more low budget and probably have a little more, like, put more to, like, to the scares. Hopefully the writing will be a strong movie, because not every movie needs to be a high budget explosion fest to make its money back. Sometimes maybe that's what they're trying to do at Universal. I think it's Universal or Lionsgate who has the movie rights to this, but maybe that's what they're trying to do. So maybe that's why they had Jack Kesey, this actor who literally all I know him from is apparently Deadpool 2. So maybe this could be his big break, and maybe sometimes that's what it was with Bill Skarsgård. He played Pennywise, and now he blew up big. He was just a little actor who the only claim to fame he had was a few bit roles, and that he was a Skarsgård. And then he played Pennywise, and then he blew the fuck up. So maybe that's what Jack Kesey, I think I'm saying his last name right, it could happen for him too. All in all, I'm keeping my expectations low, but I am interested because of the story they're going with. I am curious about it. I'm a huge Hellboy fan, so I'm going to keep my eye on this. I'm going to keep my eye on this film. And it's probably getting a 2024 release at this point, if they're fast-tracking it this much. So, yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think of this casting announcement? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Are you guys still worried about this film? Or are you more interested now? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.